Hey guys, my name's Josh and I'm the founder of JPGavan Cricket. I'm here to talk to you about sizing in your cricket bat and how to get the right size for you. There's a few different sizes, from junior sizes to senior sizes, and then little setup differences in terms of your cricket bat. So I'm going to take you through all the options today and how to pick out the right one for you. So getting the right size is really important. It basically comes down to your height and how comfortable you are with the different sizing. So in general, male adult players will be using short handle bats. That is the standard adult size, used mainly across all of men's cricket. It's a standard 850 length, and in general that's the size you'll end up using if you're an adult male. There's also long blade, long handle, which is the same total length. Long handles have a longer handle and long blades have a longer blade. You can also get long blade and long handle. It's really up to you. Junior bats are from size 1. They go size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4, size 5, size 6. And then there's Harrow and there's small men's. So they're the junior sizes. The trick there is essentially size 7 is Harrow and size 8 is small men's. So don't get confused around that. It is just the next size up from 6 to Harrow to small men's. The best way to get the correct size for you is to get in the stance of a cricketer at the crease. And if the bat taps neatly behind the toe or comfortably in front of the toe, that is where the bat is the correct size. We find that when there's a junior player that is growing and they have grown out of their junior bat, say this one is a size 6, they will tap, they won't be able to reach the ground, or they'll be sort of tapping in front, near their front foot. And then vice versa, if you have a bat that's a little bit too long, some kids buy bats that are way too big for them, they tap way behind their foot, and it's just a guide to show you that maybe that's a little bit too long. So in their stance, make sure they have their knees bent, they're ready to face up. See where they're comfortable sort of tapping the bat, as long as it's not too far away from them. If it's too, I'm holding it right at the end so I can tell that that's going to be too long, and that's not going to be right for me. So just have them hold them in a normal position, and it's all about comfort. So you can sort of put it to the side of you and you get a decent gauge, but some people have longer legs and some people sort of might be the same height with shorter legs. So that does change how big the bat sort of needs to be, because that's how low you are to the ground. So there's a few little guides to understanding what sort of length you should be going for. So when buying a junior bat, it's important to know that kids will grow, and sometimes they grow within the season. So it's important to know sort of if they've had a growth spurt recently, or they may have one coming up. You don't want to spend too much money on a junior bat, mainly because you can grow out of it in 6 months or 12 months. Get something that is high in performance, may not cost too much. You don't want to be spending $1,000 plus for something that's going to grow out in 6 months. Usually $1,000 bats you want to use for years and years. So just be conscious of the possibility of a junior player growing out of their bat. Now it's important not to buy a bat that is too big. There may be some wiggle room, so if you buy one that is slightly too big, they do grow into it. But you don't want to buy, say, a short handle for a kid who's 12, and it takes them 4 years to grow into that bat, because they're going to stop loving the game. They can't be able to play all their shots properly. Get the right size for them at the moment. Maybe account for a little bit of wiggle room. So even if it's slightly too big, that might be okay. But be conscious of the weight. Do not go too heavy. You want your kid to be able to play all their shots. Even if the bat is slightly less powerful, it is important that they can play all their shots and they can enjoy playing cricket. because if they can't play all their shots, then maybe they become bowlers. So that's a few tips for buying junior bats. Really good to understand. Try and buy a light bat. That is the absolute key. The next thing to understand is that when you're buying a bigger cricket bat, you are also buying, in general, a heavier cricket bat. So it's important that in that size you get, you are able to swing it correctly. If you get the wrong size and the wrong weight, you won't be able to play all of your shots. Heavy bats are actually quite easy to play straight with. You're able to come through on that straight plane because the bat does most of the work there. The issue comes when you're trying to play across, like a pull shot or a hook shot, even cut shots. You tend to lose bat swing and bat speed. So you're not able to actually hit through the ball if the bat is too heavy. It's a good guide that in a bit more space than this, if you can swing all the way through at full speed, just make sure that they're not going to hit anything, but full speed, if they're not able to, sometimes their hands will stay behind and they won't be able to sort of like snap through. Sometimes the bat does all the work, they sort of like throw the bat at it. You want to make sure it's in full control, at full speed, and that will be the correct weight for you as well. So you know it's going to be too heavy if you can't sort of snap through and your hands sort of stop, or your bat's sort of doing the work there. You can imagine, say the fast opening bowler drops one short and you have to react. Your bat's too heavy, you're just going to get out. You might even pop that up, or if your bat's going through, you won't be able to control where it goes top edge or whatever. So just ensure that you can snap through, and that's going to be the correct weight for you. Within that size, you'll actually be able to customize how long you want the blade to be and the handle to be. So to save some weight, you are able to drop the shoulders down lower so that the handle length is longer, but the total length of the bat is the same size. Say this is short handle, we can make the total length short handle, but we can actually make it a longer handle to save some weight. So you're taking weight from the shoulders, you place it in the middle. It is an option that's available. You can do that in all sizing. Some junior bats go with a hybrid sizing with it. It's sort of already doing that to maximize the power of the bat. With a lot of T20 being played, we just need to, it's my job as a bat maker to maximize the power of the bat, which just means that I'm trying to make it as big as possible for the lightest possible weight. Sometimes by saving some length here and putting it in the middle, I get a better performing bat and you're able to score more runs. Now you might not like that. You might want to hold it, with a guide at the bottom. So sometimes it feels a little bit weird when the handle's there and you're holding it sort of like a little bit like that and there's room. Some people don't like that. So it really is up to the person who is buying the bat to work out what's going to be best. And yeah, it is an option that is used from the top level all the way down. Thanks for watching. That's a few tips on getting the right size for you or your son or daughter. We offer a big range of junior bats and customized options. So check out jpgavan.com.au for all of our custom cricket bats and pre-made bats.